All right, welcome back. It's time for some sporting news. In fact, let's cross start reporter in Cape Town, following all things Netball World Cup. Lebohang Dube, in fact, is standing by for that chat. Lebo, good afternoon. If you can hear me, perhaps you can give us a summation of really what's been happening as the Netball World Cup has been underway at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. And on the back of South Africa losing, what's in store for the Proteas following yesterday's game against Uganda?
Thank you very much, Liesel. Following yesterday's performance against Uganda, winning by a slim margin meant that the Proteas missed out on a semi-final spot, meaning that in Group F, Jamaica and New Zealand then went through into the last four of the tournament. But again, it was one of those performances, yes, disappointing that the Proteas didn't score enough goals for them to progress. But again, it was one of those strong performances against a side that has really also shown its level of competitiveness, which is Uganda. The two sides have really done well for themselves. And yes, the Proteas, when we look back and track back from last year at the Commonwealth Games, when they really didn't have a great performance, and you look at how they've been able to get wins, be able to be competitive against the likes of New Zealand, who are the defending champions, playing to a draw just the other day, shows that there is really good potential or great potential for this Proteas team moving forward and into the next campaigns. But yes, the excitement's still there at the CTICC. We are seeing some fans coming in slowly, and hopefully later on we'll see them come in numbers as they come to rally behind the Proteas, the South Africans, as they take on Tonga this evening.
Lebo, thank you for that, for those observations, because I actually want to look at, now that South Africa is out of the World Cup, the momentum of the World Cup and the upcoming games. I mean, there is still representation by some African countries and the diaspora that still have a chance. What are ticket sales also looking like, and attendance as we speak?
Well, Liesel, I mean, in terms of the support for the World Cup, fans have bought their tickets. I think the same numbers that would have been there if the Proteas or any other African country had qualified for the semi-finals, I think we'd see the same numbers. I think for now, it's all about South Africans or fans in general deciding which countries they'll support. But because of the excitement, I think there's a lot of people interested in attending the World Cup, and especially now that it is the last phase of the competition, with the semi-finals taking place tomorrow and the finals taking place on Sunday. And again, remember, the fifth spot battle will take place on Sunday, and this is where we are likely to see the Proteas play against another African country, either Malawi or Uganda. So there's still a lot of interest, and I think in terms of ticket sales, I think they are not affected really, and I think there's just a lot of talk and a lot of excitement around the competition itself.
Yeah, Lebo, before I let you go, you've spoken about the competition entering its last phase and the fight, the growth that the Proteas have undergone. Perhaps you could speak to the importance of South Africa obtaining a great world ranking. And if I can ask, who's your money on come the final on Sunday?
Well, Liesel, it's very difficult to say who my money will be on, because the semi-finals are yet to be played. But when you look at the Proteas, it's quite important that they continue with their winning momentum. It's good for the world rankings, like the captain mentioned yesterday, Bongimsom, to say, yes, disappointing that they have not managed to go as far as they would have liked, but it's very important as well that when they go into their next two games, they're able to collect maximum points and be able to maintain a good world ranking. Remember, they come into the competition as the fifth ranked team in the world, so it will be very important for them to maintain that. And in fact, it will push them even closer to getting into the top four and into the top three.
Lebohang, thank you for that update. We'll have an exciting action in terms of that Netball World Cup that gets underway for the rest of the weekend. Thank you for that update, Lebohang Dube. The final phase of the Netball World Cup getting underway. South Africa, in fact, set to be taking on Tonga for the battle of 5th to 8th position as well. So we're wishing them all the best of luck and continue to fly the flag high for South Africa.